everywhere. The winds are much more forceful. And it seems as though this part of the path is just as treacherous. You know, there's ice wraiths and ice wolves everywhere, and probably a bandit will come at one point. Or possibly. Maybe not probably. Okay. Seems like there's a little dip in this path here. I don't even know if we can still see... No, we can't. It's over there. Okay. Wow, this is pretty long. Okay, so there's... I guess it is supposed to be 7,000 steps, right? So there's another emblem, and there's a person there. We'll speak with him. Karita.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Who are you?
Just a pilgrim. I'd prefer to leave it at that, if you don't mind.
All right. Did you hear the Greybeards call me?
I was just outside Iverstead when it happened. It's an exciting moment. Nothing like this has happened in centuries.
And are you praying?
Walking the steps, meditating on the emblems. I make this trip every few years.
All right. Did anybody else feel like they heard the flapping of wings? No? Okay. Maybe it was just a... Oh. Let's read this emblem. Emblem 4. Kine called on Parthenax, who pitied man. Together they taught men to use the voice. Then dragon war raged, dragon against tongue. Okay. So someone named Kine called on Parthenax, whoever that is. I know who it is, but I don't want to give away any spoilers. Together they taught men to use the voice, and then a war raged, the Dragon War, where the dragon voice fought against the tongue of the Greybeards, or whatever their equivalent was at that time. Greybeard warriors or something. Okay, let's continue onwards. More steps, unsurprisingly. Let's take a little bit of a larger perspective here. Lydia, our housecarl, is keeping up with us. Let's go, let's go. Do a little sprinting, maybe. Oh, is that the sprint? What if I don't have... Yeah, that's much more reasonable. Okay. Up. That is most definitely a troll. Okay. Alright, let's line this up correctly. Wait. If I can get that soul... Lydia, don't kill him. Oh well. I got the wrong thing anyway. Oh well. Okay. Okay, there's another... Serious security. There's another emblem here. Let's read this one. Emblem 5. Man prevailed, shouting Alduin out of the world. Proving for all that their voice too was strong, although their sacrifices were many-fold. So men won the war and used the voice to send Alduin, Akatosh's firstborn and leader of the dragons, out of the world. And this was, I believe, in the Mythic era. So even though they had to sacrifice many of their lives, they ended up, winning the war, which is why men rule the world and not dragons. Let's get that delicious troll fat. Okay. Continue on our journey. There's definitely a lot of steps on this road to High Hrothgar. Yeah. Too tricksy, goat. You got away. Another tablet. Emblem 6. With roaring tongues the Sky Children conquer, founding the first empire with sword and voice, whilst the dragons withdrew from this world. That's right, the Atmora and the Nords joined General Talos, who I guess was also dragonborn and had a Thu'um, and fought to create the first empire, and the dragons left. This is good. This is good lore on these emblems. I really like that. You know, to give me a sense of the grand history of this position and this title of Dragonborn that I've acquired, and what it means to meet the Greybeards, and what it means to use the Thu'um, the voice, to use the shout. Boosh! Gave that goat the scare of its life. My Thu'um isn't very strong yet. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Here's another tablet. Emblem 7. The tongues at Red Mountain went away humbled. Jurgen Windcaller began his 7-year meditation to understand how strong voices could fail. Okay, so this is later. I think Red Mountain refers to... Was that Vardenfell? But I guess there was some battle at Red Mountain and the tongues didn't win. And that humbled them. So someone named Jurgen Windcaller, probably a Greybeard, or maybe the first of the Greybeards, began meditating for 7 years to try and understand what happened, how the strong voices of the tongues at Red Mountain were humbled. So I don't know too much about that. We might have to read up on Red Mountain. What are you doing, Lydia? Are you trying to kill that goat? Because I shouted at it? God, you're a terrible shot. I don't know what's wrong with her. Alright, let's just go. Lydia. And I've never had a housecarl before, but I would have thought that like they would give her some interesting like dialogue, you know, like so Lydia, how long have you been a housecarl? And you know, then you find out about her family, and then you know you do a quest that involves something more interesting than just like, yeah, I can carry your stuff, or I can do stuff for you, or I can leave. Alright, Emblem 8. Jurgen Windcaller chose silence and returned. The 17 disputants could not shout him down. Jurgen the Calm built his home on the throat of the world. Okay. So he meditated on the voice for 7 years, and then he chose silence. And I guess there were 17 people, disputants, probably other tongues, other voice users, who could not shout him down. And then he was known from then on as Jurgen the Calm, and he built his home on the throat of the world. And that's the name of this mountain, right? The throat of the world. That's the name of the mountain we're climbing by this, you know, path of the 1,000 steps. So Emblem 8, hopefully that means we're getting close to the end here. Man, look at this. You can actually see the cloud over there floating by, and... Oh, look at this. The sun, you know, it's... When you're this high up, it's weaker. Oh, this is so incredible, so epic. See the snow blowing off the mountain, these powerful, you know, fast winds. God, I love this game. It's so cool. I'm definitely, I think, I don't know when, but I think after this Let's Play I may consider loading up Morrowind and modding it to heck with graphical overhauls. You know, trying to stay true to the story and not changing any of the mechanics or the lore or the quest or anything, but just trying to, you know, bring it up to speed graphically. Because there's so much of that game that sounds epic. Like Vivek, the divinity of Morrowind, the divinity, you know, the God King and all of his stuff, and everything about the Nerevarine, and that whole storyline is incredibly epic, but I don't know much more than the bare bones of it, so I kind of want to play that game. Alright. Let's read this etched tablet under this statue. I presume that's Talos. Okay, Emblem 9. For years, all silent, the Greybeards spoke one name, Tiber Septim, stripling then, was summoned to Hrothgar. They blessed and named him Dovahkiin. Yeah. And that was when he was Talos, I believe. Or maybe he was Tiber Septim. But basically, what they learned at Red Mountain was that the more silent you become, I guess, the more you meditate on the use of the voice, the more precious it becomes to you, the more powerful it is. And that actually may not be so much in terms of raw power, in terms of like strength of the voice or whatever. It may be more along the lines of the way people perceive the graybeards. For example, if you're someone who uses curses in everyday conversation, if you cuss, F that and this S is effing R, if you're doing that all the time, then those words don't really have any meaning when you use them. Contrarily, if you're in class with your teacher and they get so angry that they drop an F-bomb, that's shocking. Because they never do that. They're not supposed to do that, but the real reason is they never do. It's the same if your mother does it. If your mother is someone, who tried to tell you not to curse. Just so it may be that the graybeards learned more than just the use of their voice. They may have learned restraint and soft power, as it were. I'm standing here on, at the top of this mountain as the sun is going down. It's just, it really feels like you're really high up here. That's one of the really nice things about the geography in this game. I mean, you really get a sense of the height. Look at how long the shadows are becoming. Just so much detail. Okay, so anyway, yeah, they summoned Tiber Septim and named him Dovahkiin, and now they have summoned me. And here's a final tablet right here. Let's look at this. Emblem 10. The voice is worship. Follow the inner path. Speak only in true need. Okay, so there's also like a mystical element to that choice they made. What, just voice of the sky? Voice of the sky added? When I read that last emblem, something was done to me. Let's check, was that an effect? Yeah. Animals will neither attack nor flee from you. 23 hours. Oh, that's really cool. So I don't have to calm them anymore. Like, this goat should just kind of like... He should just chill. Be like, hey, what's up, man? Unless he's fleeing from Lydia. Okay. Well, still, that's pretty cool. This must be the offering chest that, I think this must be the offering chest. What is that? Let's check our journal. It will probably be under miscellaneous. Bring the supplies to High Hrothgar, yeah. Where's that? No? Further up? Okay. Must be a chest that's like named offering chest or something. So this is High Hrothgar, okay. In we go! So I guess that was 7,000 steps. Wow. It's pretty dark. Oh boy, here we go. There's some guys here.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
You call me Dragonborn. What does that mean?
First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
You wish to see the shout?
Do not be afraid. Your shout will not harm us. Strike us with the power of your voice.
Strike you. Okay. If that's what you want, buddy. I gotta wait for it to recharge.
Shout at us, and let us taste of your voice.